Crafters. It's Chris from Crafts with Chris. And thank you guys so much for either going to my online shop and making a purchase using the current host code, or buying this card class from me outright. This is the Sweet Strawberry card class. So you should receive a packet in the mail with all the materials to make 6 cards, 3 different designs. You also receive your envelopes inside there. There will be a PDF file telling you all of the different materials used, and also the sizes that you would need to recreate these cards. So I am using the Sweet Strawberry stamp set and also the coordinating punch. You can bundle these together and save 10% right now. So this is the first card that we're going to be working on. So go ahead and take out your stuff in your packet for your first card. So in here, I'm going to take out this stitched shape here, and we're going to do our stamping on it. So in this stamp set, there is this Happy Birthday You Sweet thing. So I'm going to use that, and I do have Memento ink to stamp that out. And I'm just going to ink that up, and then I'm going to make sure I stamp this kind of right in the center of this. Just like that. And that's it for our stamping. So I'm going to set that aside. In your kit, you will have a strawberry shape. I'm using the basic black marker, and I'm going to use the fine tip on there. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a bunch of dots on here to make it look like the strawberry seeds. And then in the stamp set, if you do happen to have the stamp set, there is an outline that you could line up and you could stamp that. I like this. I think it looks so cute. In that set, you do have the stem. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this liquid glue, and I'm just going to put it on the bottom here. And then you don't need a lot, just a little bit. It sticks really well. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put that right on my berry. You're going to want to bring in the rest of your card pieces. So you have this piece of red, real red. It will be scored for you. So you just want to go ahead and fold it on that scored line. And then, of course, use your bone folder to give it a good crease. And then the first thing I'm going to do is take this piece of Very Vanilla, and I'm going to layer that on the inside, just with some Stampin' Seal. And then the outside here, you have this piece of Designer Series paper, and this is going to layer right along the middle of this piece of basic black. So I have already embossed it for you. So I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal. You could use either side, but I think this side goes really well with this card. So just kind of center that. And then this is going to get layered right on the front. Because it is textured, you could use a stronger adhesive on here. Usually I do use something a little stronger. So the Stampin' Seal Plus, I'm actually out of that right now. It's on my next order. But you can use your Stampin' Seal Plus, or you could use the liquid glue. So now this piece here, we're going to layer that right on top. Right in the center. This piece gets layered on the top, right in the center. And then this berry, I'm just going to take a couple of Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, and we're going to just pop that right up on the front. So I'm just going to pop it up right over here. And then to finish it off, you will have, you should have 6 of these rhinestones, real red rhinestones. You're just going to layer 3 of them right on the bottom. just like that. So that's card number 1. So this is card number 2. So here's all the materials we're going to need. We're going to do our stamping first. Little bit of stamping on here. If you don't have the strawberry set, like I said, you can stamp whatever you want on here. I am using the large strawberry, the solid image, and the outline. So I'm going to go ahead and use Real Red to stamp that down. And I'm going to stamp it right in the corner here. And then I'm going to use my Memento, and we're going to do the outline of that berry. Then I'm going to bring in Garden Green, and I'm using the solid image of the leaf, and I'm just going to stamp that right over my berry. And then I'm using the Hello There. I'm going to ink that up in the Memento. And it looks like I got too much ink on there, so let me stamp it off once, a couple of times. Get rid of that ink on there. Go ahead and re-ink that. I re-inked my pad, and I think I put a little too much ink on there. So then I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this right about there. And that's it for our stamping. Now we're just going to go ahead and build our card. So you have a piece of Pacific Point. It'll be all scored for you. So you just want to go ahead and fold that right in half. Then you have a piece of Basic White. So we're going to layer that on the inside. And then in your packet, you have this stitched rectangle shape. That's going to go right on the front. And there are the stitching, you can tell the right way, so just make sure you're putting your glue on the back so that stitching shows forward. So we're just going to layer that on this card here. I thought this was a fun 4th of July card. I don't know how many people send 4th of July cards, but it's a nice little card if you wanted to say hello to somebody, I guess. Then you have these 3 stitched shape stars, and you want to go ahead and put glue on the backs of all of these. So you can use the liquid glue. I'm just using Stampin' Seal. The liquid glue might be a little easier because then you could get the glue on all your points there. So once you have the glue on, then it's just a matter of placing these stars. So I'm going to go ahead and put the blue star over here. I'll put the white star over here. And then the red one, because it's smaller, I'll put it right in the middle. So that's it to that card. So this is card number 3. This is my favorite. I loved all the cards in this class, but this is my favorite one. So we're going to make this card today. So let's bring in all our materials. So we're going to do our stamping first. So on here, there is that Happy Birthday You Sweet thing. I'm actually going to stamp it out in Pale Papaya so it matches the card. So you just want to stamp that in the middle of this circle here, more towards the top, I would say, because I want to put that flower on the bottom. So that's it to our stamping. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to bring in the rest of the card so we can create this card. So you're going to want to fold your Pale Papaya in half on your creased line, and then in there is this beautiful piece of Designer Series paper. So you could use this side too, but I thought this side just goes really well. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Stampin' Seal to apply that to the front of the card. But before we do that, I almost put it on the front of the card. before we glue that down, you have 4 pieces of ribbon. Actually, you're going to have 8 because you have 2 sets, but you're going to need 4 pieces of ribbon per each card. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to take this. So we're just going to layer this ribbon right along the edge here. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And now you can stick this right down on the front of your card. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece that we stamped, and again, you want to use something a little stronger. Your Stampin' Seal Plus would work, your liquid glue would work. This is going to layer right on top of your scalloped circle, and your scalloped circle will be embossed already. So you just want to layer that right on top of that, just like so. And then again, if you have a stronger adhesive, go ahead and use it on the back. I like to use the stronger adhesive on the embossed items just because you have a lot of texture there and you really want that to hold. So you put that right in the middle. Then you'll have 2 more pieces of ribbon, and you're just going to slide those underneath. And I just did a quick little knot there. And you want to do that on both of these. What I like about doing it this way is you can move your knot. Where some people will take the ribbon and wrap it around and then tie it here. I like it this way because you can cheat with that knot there. So then I'm just going to take my paper snips and just kind of snip it off pretty close. And then you have this little flower in there with the pale papaya. Just using a Stampin' Up! Dimensional. Now a big dimensional will fit right in the center. Just going to use that. Put that right there. You will also have these Geonile gems. So you'll have 2 of them. And you want to just place it right, one of them right in the center of your flower. Then of course your Very Vanilla, that will be layered on the inside of this card. Just like that. And that is card number 3. So there is the Sweet Strawberry card class. I hope you guys enjoyed this card class as much as I did. And I look forward to our next card class together.